Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Synced Up Equipment Academy. My name is Kyle, and in today's video, we're going to be learning our cones exercise. Before we get into the exercise itself, if you are unfamiliar with the skill set of cones, please feel free to go watch our previous video on how to do a cone, so that way you are caught up with all the information on that, and we can just focus on the sequence of this exercise today. And like usual, before we get into any of that, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon down below so you can stay up to date with all of our uploads. Anyways, let's go learn our cones exercise. So this cones exercise is actually pretty simple and straightforward. It's a good standard foundational exercise that we can use to practice the skill set of cones, and then in the future start to build off of it and add more higher level skill sets along with the cones. So if you remember in our previous video on how to do a cone, we divided up the cones into quarter checkpoints, half checkpoints, and then full continuous cones. The sequence of this exercise is actually going to flow through each of those checkpoints and progress through them over time. We'll start off with 2 16ths worth of quarter checkpoints, a 16 worth of half checkpoints, and then one more 16 of continuous checkpoints as we go through the cones. So we're going to start with our quarter checkpoints. We'll begin at that right angle position with my right hand on top of the tab and my left hand at the bottom tape. My silk is down to the right side of my body and I'm at this hip-shoulder angle. I am first going to move from this angle position and push out to our first quarter checkpoint, which is at that flat in line with my waist, but push out to the front corner of the room. But one thing to know as you're going through both your quarter checkpoints and your half checkpoints is if you're trying to get to a point by a certain count, you need to move the and count before so that way you get there on time. So all the checkpoints are going to be hit by some sort of whole count, 1, 3, 5, something like that, which means I want to move an and count before. So if I'm starting here at this angled position and I want to get to this first checkpoint by count 1, I need to move the flag on count 8 and to get there on time. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick. We go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. So notice how I initiated a little bit earlier so that way I can get to this point by count 1 and not after it. So you want to make sure that you're thinking about that as you're going through the checkpoints, yeah? So we just start at this angle position. We hold 5, 6, 7, 8, and is when we move to get to count 1 at that flat position. After you've hit each checkpoint, you're going to hold 3 more counts. So I get here 1, I'm going to hold 2, 3, 4. So it's a 4 count rest in between each of the checkpoints. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On count 4 and I'm start to move my flag again to get to this next checkpoint on count 5, which is in the center of my body and the flag out to the 45-degree angle. This is count 5. From here, I'll hold 6, 7, 8. On count 8 and I'll start to move the flag again to get here to this cross angle position on count 9. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4, move 4 and to get here 5. Hold 6, 7, 8, move 8 and to get here 9. And we're at this crossed hip shoulder angle position on count 9. Then I'm gonna hold 10, 11, 12. On 12 and I'm gonna move the flag to this back present to get here by 13, where it's in the center of my body again, but now the silk is above my head at this angle. I'm here 13, I'll hold 14, 15, 16. On 16 and I'll move the flag one more time to get to this flat position in line with my eyes on count 1. So that was the first 16 counts. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then get to here by count 1. The next 16 is going to finish out the quarter checkpoints. So we got here 1, we hold 2, 3, 4, we move 4 and to go to the bottom angle where it's in line with my body but out in front of me. Get here by 5, and then I'll hold 6, 7, 8, move 8 hand to get to the cross angle on count 9, and then I'll hold 9, 10, 11, 12, move 12 and to get back to that hip shoulder angle on count 13, and I'll hold 14, 15, 16. So that was the first 2 16s for the quarter checkpoints. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So once you finish the first 2/16s of this exercise, you end back out into that hip shoulder angle that you started in. The next 16 counts is going to be our half checkpoints. So instead of going to each of the angle positions and the crosses, we're just going to go to the center positions where the flag is in line with our body, but the silk may be pushed forward or back at some sort of angle. We're still going to think about initiating the and count before to get there on the next whole count. Again, we're just going to be skipping the checkpoints. So we start here at this angle. We're going to move count 8 and to get to the front angle where it's in the center of my body, but the silk is out in front of me by count 1. Same as I did for the first 16, I'm going to hold 2, 3, 4. From here, on count 4 and, I'm gonna move the flag again to bring it around and hit 5 behind my body with my silk over my head in line with my body, and I'll hold 6, 7, 8. On count 8 and, I bring the flag around all the way to the front position to get here by count 9. I'll hold 10, 11, 12, and then finally on count 12 and, I'll start to round the corner to finish out my cone to hit here 13, hold 14, 15, 16. So it's 1/16 count worth of just the half checkpoint. So we start here, we go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So now that you've finished your half checkpoints, you go into your continuous checkpoints after that. We do 16 counts worth of our continuous checkpoints. Each cone will take 2 counts to complete. So you'll do a top cone for 2 counts, you'll do a bottom cone for 2 counts as you go through. And ultimately you'll get to 16 counts worth of it. So that'll get you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So ultimately you'll do 8 total cones, 4 on top and 4 on bottom to complete a 16 count phrase. Something to be aware of as you're going through the continuous cones, although you want to make sure it's smooth and continuous as you go through it, you're still passing through specific checkpoints on proper counts. So notice that when we did the half checkpoints, we moved 8 and to get to the front angle on count 1. When I'm doing the continuous checkpoints, I still pass through this front angle on count 1. And then I bring it around and pass through this back angle on count 2. From here, I'll pass through the bottom angle on count 3, and then I'll finish it back to the regular hip shoulder angle on count 4. And that pattern continues as you go through the exercise. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So just think about that and make sure that you're trying to match up with those pass-through points as you go through. So that way, if you're doing this in an ensemble setting and there's other people around you, your spins match with the people next to you. Once you've finished 16 counts worth of that, you're gonna stop at this hip shoulder angle and then you'll be moving into a transition to get onto the other side. So the transition to the left side is probably the simplest transition we've gone over so far. You're gonna start in this right angle position right here. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push my silk out to the front of the room and slide my right hand to meet my left hand at the bottom tape right here. I flip my right hand to go over so that way both thumbs are facing towards the silk right now. And I know I have it resting on the ground right now, but when you do it in context, the flag will be lifted. Make sure that when you do this, you keep it low. You don't want to think about pushing this super high or anything like that. We want to keep it low and then grab with our right hand at the tape. Once you've done that flip, you're going to put the flag into the right hand so that way you can let go with the left. And you're going to continue that rotation. Allow this part of the flag to go underneath your forearm, breaking that wrist in the right hand, and then bringing the tab closer to you to bring that left hand on top at the tab. So that way you can restart the exercise on the left side and do the exact same sequence. The count structure for that is going to be pretty straightforward as well. It's an 8 count phrase. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 counts out, 4 counts in, and then you're good to go for the left side, starting on the quarter checkpoints. So quick review of the sequence on the left side. We just did our transition. We go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Move 4 and to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross 9, 10, 11, 12. Bring it behind us 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Then we go flat 1, 2, 3, 4. Push out 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross 9, 10, 11, 12. And finish it out 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Then we do our half checkpoints on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and then we do our 16 counts of continuous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Once you finish that last 16, you do the exact same transition but reversed. You'll slide the left hand up to the bottom tape this time, transfer the flag over to that hand, let this part of the pole pass underneath your forearm as you bring the tab back, and then grab over with that right hand and you're back where you started. From here, you can either repeat the exercise or that's where you would finish it. One more quick note that I want you guys to think of as you're going through specifically the quarter and the half checkpoints of this exercise is to make sure that you start and stop with energy, so that way there's a clear starting position and clear stopping position. So I don't want you just to think about melting into these positions and just kind of letting the flag hit there. I want you to think about engaging your arms and your muscles and letting it move and then squeezing to stop it. So we see a little bit of a reaction with the silk, and it's very clear that we meant to get here to this position by count 1 or to this position by count 1, depending on where we may be in the exercise. So just make sure that as we're going through the specific checkpoints, not the continuous part, but the checkpoints, that we're really trying to start and stop with a lot of energy, so each of them are very clear to whoever may be viewing the exercise. And that was our exercise on cones. Again, it's a very standard and basic, straightforward exercise, but it's a good one that we can have as a solid foundation to build on over time, adding more body contributions or more skill sets into it in the future. I hope you guys are enjoying this series and are finding a little bit more comfortability in the fundamentals that we are teaching in this series. If so, please go ahead and like this video and comment down any questions you may have in regards to this exercise or anything else that we've covered in the past. Anyways, I hope you guys have fun spinning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.